Yo, we talking today. With people. Let's get some people. Am I right? Oh wow, I'm actually the first one to unmute, huh? Anyway, hi everyone, we back. And today, we're gonna be talking. But today without the direction. So yeah. Fun is about to be had. Let's get the light. This should be a bit better. Perhaps it is. I'm not sure. Oh. Nah, nothing. People aren't here. I am. And while I'm here, let's take care of Robo. Can I be fast enough?
I see now we're using a plus sign to say that we are ready.
Daily.
That is very clever.
I mean,
Love,
that's like
love,
an agreement.
Love. This
you
is
know?
your daily reminder that you are wonderful and appreciated. Love, love, love.
It is.
It is.
Oh, the depth. The depth of one's voice. Oh.
Yeah, I just woke up. It's one of those.
Same.
Really?
Well, yeah. So I came from work. I sat down in my chair, and then it suddenly was an hour later. It's magical how it works. I can time travel, guys.
Time is crazy.
Can't we all?
Can you believe it's already Monday? I guess we can.
What do you mean you can't believe it's already Monday? The weekend flies, isn't it?
The whole week flies.
The whole week flies. Well, time flies when you're having fun, apparently. So you must be having lots of fun.
I think time flies when you're busy as well.
Yeah, time definitely does fly.
Yeah. When you
what have you been up to?
You don't have time to.
What have you been doing?
Me?
Yeah, some mischievous
Chillin',
stuff. Chilling, vibing. Oh, that's the
Truly
best.
mischievous.
Very mischievous.
Most mischievous.
Chateau should be taken to jail for chilling and vibing.
Yeah, at least for an investigation. Yeah.
For vibe too hard.
Would you have
vibe jail?
Did you have any felines around you for that vibing?
Not particularly.
Well, that's definitely illegal then. Yeah. Nah.
Yes.
You cannot chill and vibe without the cat. That is definitely illegal. I'm sorry.
But what if you chill and vibe in an area where cats aren't a thing?
Did they exterminate all cats in Texas or what?
Not in Texas, but I don't think they're allowed inside like many buildings.
What? What? Have you not domesticated cats yet?
No, we're like a couple centuries behind.
Dude, a couple millennia. Cats were domesticated fucking thousands of years ago.
We have no clocks. Just a little bit behind.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to talk about music?
I was just about to ask, when you were chilling and vibing, did you listen to any music in particular?
I really did. I made a whole new playlist.
What is it?
It's a mess. It's what it is.
I mean, relatable.
Yep. Pretty much just put together a bunch of good songs, but then when you listen to the whole playlist, it's like I don't know if this is a vibe.
So what genres
They're
would you?
bops, but the
Everything
whole
is a vibe if
thing
you're
isn't a
brave
vibe.
enough.
Yeah, you can vibe
That's not
to.
good. That's not
You can vibe to In the Flames, I suppose.
true. Haven't listened to much metal actually.
Yeah, it comes in phases for me. Metal.
In waves.
Yep.
Is
So
wavy
like,
metal a thing?
there is a new wave of British heavy metal. Well, I say it's new, but it's like Iron Maiden, which was like 1980s. So not very new
So
anymore.
yeah.
But that's what it was called. Anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, metal comes in
Wait, it
waves
was
for me.
called
The new wave of British heavy metal. Yeah, that was the name of the trend. Like bands like Iron Maiden, for example. I think that was like the biggest proponent of it.
interesting.
Like a lot of galloping, you know. Or as a educated
Yeah.
person would say, triplets. A lot of triplets.
Triplets?
I mean, they're not always triplets. There's different kinds of galloping.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
You can do.
That
That's
is a
thrash metal.
construction instrument.
That's also thrash metal.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Mongolian metal?
Not really.
Isn't it just Mongolian throat singing plus metal?
I don't know.
Well, Mongolian instruments as well.
I don't know. I've just learned.
I think I have. Yeah.
I've
It's
listened to Mongolian
it,
music in general. Mongolian metal,
Hmm.
though? No. First time.
I mean,
Maori metal
a
is
lot
a
of
thing.
genres are. Oh, jeez. A lot of genres are like just the native music plus metal,
But it's
and
good.
it usually goes pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Metal is a magical genre, I think. That
It really is.
can fit into so many places.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can make anything metal and it sounds good. Like browse YouTube. See how many Lady Gaga metal cover or whatever, Miley Cyrus metal cover. It just sounds good. Well, at least for me it does.
I mean, yeah, but there's for some people, metal means different things.
What would you say
Like
metal
some
is?
covers would just sound well, like the example you provided. Some covers of that song just sound like hard rock or like punk rock. It's just
Ah.
not too different. Not too different. But then there's actual metal where, it's the whole thing: metal guitars, growling vocals, all that stuff.
That's interesting. I wouldn't say growling vocals would be a necessary like element of a song to call it metal. Like Metallica doesn't use growl and it's metal. You know?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
even like what was the name? Disturbed. They don't always use growl. And that is definitely metal.
Wait. Wait. Who? What
Disturbed.
band? Oh, Disturbed. Yes. He does have quite a bit of like grit to his voice. But I guess what I mean
Yeah.
is sometimes that when people do metal covers, is they just sing normally to it, and they add like metal sounding instruments, and that's not my cup of tea. Not what I would consider metal. If they just sing normally to it and then add metal guitars.
Interesting. Shadow, do you metal?
Not really. Are
Man,
you
I
gonna
wish you could
shame me?
find or have an example on hand. No,
Don't worry.
understandable. It's sort of hard to get into.
So, in Danganronpa, because we have to talk about Danganronpa,
Yay,
because I think
Danganronpa check.
Danganronpa has phenomenal music, and
That,
towards the
yes.
end of the second game, all the music that was being played before was basically metalized, like
Metallified.
metallified, like not pure metal, but it was more like crazy guitar solos, stuff like that. And that was amazing. I loved it. Even better than the trumpet. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, those are a jam.
Danganronpa has some phenomenal music, definitely.
Okay, so from talking about music, we went to Danganronpa advertising.
Oh, we're talking about Danganronpa music.
No, I suppose.
So what's your music background? Because we talked about metal now, but what is our musical background in general? Like
Yeah,
each of us individually.
we should talk about that. So, I guess in my case, as a kid, I played Geometry Dash, and I'm pretty sure that got me into electronic music because of the tracks that are there. So, I do like that. Then I guess in my playlist, you'd also find some other random songs I find on the internet. Like, I don't know, animation meme music, which is often quite good actually. Animation memes get the best part of the song though. Uh, then I do even have some Vocaloid songs in there. Not that I follow Vocaloid closely, but I do listen to some things. Yeah.
So it's mostly electronic dance music. Would you say?
Yeah.
Geometry dance is mostly EDM, like electronic dance music. Some of them are a bit more techno, but yeah, I do appreciate Geometry Dash music for sure. It's really good. Well, I grew up with metal mostly. Well, I say that. I didn't really start listening to music properly until I was about 13 years old. I think I spoke about this before. Before that, I listened to an odd album from my dad, which is mostly like Dire Straits, very old dad rock sort of thing. When I was 13, I got introduced to Metallica, Iron Maiden, and stuff like that, and I fell in love with that. And I was very, very, I don't know what the word is, hesitant to branch out to other genres. I was listening to metal and metal only for the longest time. And I think what changed my mind and allowed me to branch out to other genres was actually game music. So I was playing World of Warcraft at that time, and there was that one dungeon you would go to, and it had very electronic music. And it was very jarring because everything else was usually grand orchestra and all that. And I liked the track, and then I realized, oh, maybe there is more. Maybe I could branch out. So yeah, metal into other genres. Geometry Dash, I played Geometry Dash as well. That was huge, very very huge. Me likes
I didn't complete
jazz.
Geometry Dash.
Oh, of course. Do you know anyone who did?
Not really.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think anyone did.
I mean,
It's
I
a hard
didn't even
game.
play past the 14th level.
I don't think I got to the 14th level.
You can play them out of order.
I know.
I wanted to play them in order, though. So I
Yeah,
got stuck at 14th and never moved forward.
Yeah, precisely. When I started playing guitar, especially later on, I got introduced to different musicians on YouTube, and they were playing different genres, not just metal, but also like rock-ish stuff, pop even. And started learning that, enjoying that. So now I'm very open to music. Mainstream underground, either, both. There is some good pop. There is some good mainstream pop. I must say. Yeah, now I'm open to everything. Fortunately, it's very good that I am, because that lets me enjoy things like Danganronpa music, lets me enjoy something like Hollow Knight music, and many others. Toto.
Right. So in the beginning,
There was light.
pretty much the first, yeah, the first thing to come to this world was a rhythm game by the name of Guitar Hero.
Oh, that is a rhythm game, yeah. I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. And so I played that, and that pretty much to a bunch of music, and it also simulated playing an instrument, I guess.
Mhm.
Except I didn't even have the guitar controller. I had a regular PlayStation controller.
Oh,
Yep. Then I think shortly after that was Kingdom Hearts 2, which was basically like Disney plus Final Fantasy plus Kingdom Hearts, Very weird mishmash of characters and things, but the music was amazing. The music was insane. Like just the opening sequence from that game is so hype. And that sort of stuck with me. And the whole music from the whole game is just the best part of it. The gameplay is sort of, whatevs. The music is great. The first instrument I ever played was guitar. It was in middle school. I went to, I guess, a mariachi class for
ooh,
like a
interesting.
year or half a year. Yeah. And I remember looking back at like recordings of audio recordings I had of like the basic stuff that I learned. And like I was surprised at the sound that I was able to make, because I forgot about that stuff very quickly because I moved on to band that same year. I switched over. And like to this day, I'm still shocked that I could make that kind of sound with the same guitar. But yeah, after that was the clarinet, which I played all throughout middle school. I was decent at it, I guess. Wind instruments were a thing.
Oh, I never
Unfortunately,
played one
though,
of them.
I didn't really learn the instrument itself. I just learned how to read the notes and play it. Like I learned how to read sheet music and sort of play just that. I didn't really know how to play anything else, so I couldn't play songs by ear or anything. So I only learned the instrument for the purpose of band, which obviously didn't last. Also, clarinets are expensive in comparison to like a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Then in high school, I went back to classical guitar, and I did that for 4 years, and that's about it. Oh, something worth mentioning. For some reason, I had in my mind that playing clarinet would help the dexterity of my fingers, which in some way it did, but like not nearly as much as I thought it did. I did have to do quite a bit of work when I actually did go to guitar. But yeah, I really wanted to. I wanted everything to go into eventually learning how to play metal songs, I guess, because I really wanted to be able to be speedy and such. And even during classical guitar, I would sort of practice metal songs, I guess. And it did help me a lot because then I was able to do some of the more difficult stuff pretty easily. But yeah, that's for instruments. In terms of actual music, I don't think I got into metal until I was like, again, 12, 13. And I quite literally looked up death metal. And would you guess the first band that came up?
Let me guess. Hang on a
Yeah.
minute. Don't know, man. 30 Seconds to Mars.
Band was called Death.
It was just called Death.
Yep.
How, yeah, how, I have no words for the ingenuity.
Yeah, and like I remember I completely legally downloaded those songs.
Uh-huh.
And I had them on the background. I was playing like games and stuff on my Xbox, just to sort of have them on and get a taste for what I thought metal. And it is a metal band, right? But it didn't really hit me. Like I didn't really understand the music until like a while into listening to one of their albums, which was the Sound of Perseverance. Such an amazing album. Like the whole thing is just great. But I think it was Spirit Crusher that like sort of got me into the whole metal thing. And to be fair, this band in specific is very like complicated in how they do music. And like in terms of metal, they were like founding fathers or whatever. Very alternative, I'll say. So it was a tough sort of startup, but I did get into metal eventually. But yeah, by that point, I was sort of into mainstream pop as well, but uh, typical mainstream stuff, a lot of it gets overplayed and you can't really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of it has been coming back more recently. Like after the radio is done with those songs, you look back and actually listen, and it's like, oh, this song's pretty decent.
I agree.
So yeah,
Not all of them, but
not
so
all of them.
you
Some
do
of them
find
are
gems.
just
Yeah.
you do find gems.
Yeah.
So my current repertoire is pretty much metal of many genres, but metal, some pop, uh, quite a bit of electronic music as well. Not always like super dancey music, but just electronic music, I guess. For a while, I did listen to quite a bit of classical music, but that's just because of the classical guitar thing.
Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing. Classical music.
And Rachmaninoff was such a good like composer, I guess. Like there were so many good songs from him that I really enjoyed listening to because it was like the metal of piano at that point. A lot of his music was very like it had so much energy, so much badass energy. So yeah,
You know, classical music and metal have a lot in common.
yeah.
They like I'm not even joking now. They do have a lot in common.
What exactly?
So when you look at the crazy solos on the violin, they are remarkably similar to crazy solos on
Shadow
guitars.
2168
Like
think Shadow 2168
the
think Shadow
virtuoso
2168
sort
think.
of persona of a performer is very much the same. Yeah, pretty much that. So like that's why classical music sounds so good when it's turned into metal. There is a video on YouTube
Mhm.
called Classical Metal. That's literally the name of it, Classical Metal. and it's basically the the biggest sort of the most recognizable classical pieces played as metal, and I shout out, and I mean proper metal, not just distorted guitar. No, proper metal. I can try to find and link it.
So you know what's funny?
What?
Rhapsody of Fire, a band that is well known by how much I play it and how much I enjoy it. Their genre is technically neoclassical metal because the soloist, the guitarist, pretty much learned only through classical music, and so a lot of his solos are very much inspired by classical music, and they do sound like sort of from that era.
Yeah.
Neoclassical is very close to classical music as well.
I link
even
the
if it's just one genre.
And like metal, out of all genres, metal and jazz, I suppose, they require the most amount of like theory like behind it. And I don't mean like you need to sit down in a book and learn theory. You can sit in your room for 20 years and play guitar and learn theory that way. Doesn't matter. But metal is difficult, like technically difficult to play. So is jazz, and so is classical music.
Stuff just has to be
Yeah, because
difficult.
they don't make those songs easy. Yeah, they don't make those songs easy.
No, they really don't. What do you think about dubstep?
Ooh. I suppose
Like,
I did
I mean,
listen to
electronic music.
some tracks. I'm not a huge fan of dubstep specifically. Because I don't know. Too hard for me.
I like dubstep actually.
Not enough. Not musical enough.
Interesting.
The dubstep elements though are fine. They're cool. They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
The question that was posed to me.
I feel like
yeah, go on.
I feel like electronic music is about as wide as metal because there's so many kinds of like subgenres.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So the question that was posed to us, I suppose, is what do we think about music sounding as unnatural as possible? For example, dubstep. That was the example given. And I have no issues with dubstep whatsoever. Sound is sound, and I think the invention of electronic music was generally a very positive thing for music in general, because we can make new sounds, we can make old sounds sound different, new. I like that. I like having options, and I have no issues with unnatural sounding stuff.
Yeah, so I feel that like the big three, Skrillex, Deadmau5, and the other guy. What was the other guy? There was another guy. But they like really pushed the limits on like how wild they could make these songs sound. And by pushing that, they sort of like gave us just more tools to work with to add to music.
Definitely.
And it created a bunch of subgenres.
Definitely.
So yeah, while the songs themselves may not be the best or they might not hold up sometimes, they did provide a lot for music.
Wait, what's wrong with Skrillex? I have no issue with Skrillex. Skrillex is alright.
Actually.
Skrillex is alright. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Deadmau5 is still fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Just that sometimes it's a bit much.
For sure, yeah. I have to be in the mood. But you know what? I like dubstep for the same reasons I like metal, for the raw sort of power of it.
My god, is
Especially
metal
Skrillex.
going to be the ultimate reference of the stream?
Metal? It is the best genre there is, so of course.
Like whenever you say something, it's like, yeah, it's as broad as metal. Yeah, it's as good as metal.
No, honestly, metal is huge.
Yeah.
Metal is huge.
It's also music, as is
Metal is so
metal.
just.
That's so
Yep.
metal.
Metal is very malleable.
What about a different subject? I've been asked, what do we think about religious music, like Gregorian chants or Quran readings? Or I suppose,
Well,
church music and
tell you what,
stuff. Choirs, yep.
there's been some pretty decent Christian metal. Hate to go
Yeah,
back to metal, but there's been some
I
pretty
was
good
just
Christian
about
metal.
to. Yeah, well, what if it's religious metal?
I've been to a gig of a Christian metal band, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I feel like it's gotten better. Yeah, I feel like it's gotten
It was
better over
good.
the years.
It was good.
They've loosened up.
Yeah. When it comes to traditional religious music, I used to be a member of a choir, so I used to sing that music. And nah, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. No. Choirs, amazing. Choirs singing religious stuff, no. And not even because I'm an atheist, it's
Yeah.
because it's just not appealing to me. Yeah,
I'd say I wouldn't specifically listen to it,
definitely not.
but like some religious music. Well, first of all, I'm not familiar with it. I must say, like, sure, I have heard some Christian choirs in churches, but when it comes to music of other religions, I've got nothing, mostly. But if I'm talking about, in my case, it would be Orthodox Christianity.
Hmm.
So those choirs I've heard, it could be quite calming, actually. Like, at least, I don't know, it is kind of relaxing. Though,
I
again,
suppose that's the purpose of it.
wouldn't specifically listen to it.
No. But then there's also Dorima.
Does that also count as religious music?
Does it though? Because I was gonna say, religious music does put a huge emphasis on the lyrics. Like the music is nice, right? But it's like what country is to me. Like I can't do country because the lyrics are
Yeah,
just
me
ill.
neither. Yep.
But I can respect the music. I can respect the music, but the lyrics are ill. So that's how I feel about religious music as well.
Yeah, like the musical part is secondary.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Shadow, you're about to
Dorime
get
is just a
Yeah,
picture.
for this time, I actually managed to get your streams in
Yep.
a tab.
Yep.
So I have your chats too.
I don't know, Carol. It's like Quran reading just sounds boring to me. I get bored because I have been recommended to listen to it before, and I just got bored. Just not my cup of tea. I had something to say, then I forgot. Brain empty?
My brain is not empty. Which kind of musical instruments have each of us tried? In my case, it's just a freaking acoustic guitar we have at home. And
Good
that's
enough,
like
honestly.
I can't remember. I suppose, a piano, a guitar, classical, acoustic, and electric, bass. So as I said, I was part of a Christian choir because I went to a Catholic school, of course. And there were organs in the church, and I did try that as well. So it's basically piano, but massive and sounds
creepier.
ominous. Yeah. I do like organs in music in general. So think Grim, not Grim. What's his name? The guy in Hollow Knight.
NKG.
The red. Yeah, New King Grim.
Nightmare, but
whatever.
okay.
Nightmare King Grim. There we go. He has organs, and it's super good, isn't it? He does have organs. Yo, I can hear the metal version of it already.
Yeah.
Oh. Metal.
Those organs are very metal. And you like?
Do you guys like alternative instruments in music?
What do you mean alternative?
Like a glass of water.
Is that? What?
I mean, I'm referring to those.
Yeah.
When people just record a bunch of weird sounds and make music out of them.
Yep.
Ooh.
Is
No,
that what
I
you
meant more
meant?
like bagpipes.
Bagpipes. Oh my god.
Yep.
I think they have a place, but I don't know where that place is.
Tell you where it has a place. Metal. Bagpipe metal's a thing, and it's really good.
Dude,
Isn't
They've-
Bagpipe Place Scotland?
we've gone too far as a species. We ask so many times, can we? And we never ask, should we?
Because that is a boring question.
But we did anyway. Yeah, who
Yeah,
even asked
bagpipes
that?
originate from Scotland, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. If it's done well, sure. But I don't think I would be experimenting with that myself.
I feel like that's also where like the newer genres are coming from, like Mongolian metal, where like you're introducing new instruments to a genre, like some off the cuff instruments that are not usually heard.
Yeah. If we were to make a band,
We do badly. At least me personally.
what would the name be?
Knowledge.
The Knowledge Band?
Knowledge band with a knowledge podcast.
Damn.
Hey, we have no music for a podcast. Congratulations. Now we gotta play and talk at the same time.
I was
Oh,
meant to
geez.
make something, but I never did. Eh.
I've been starting every single one of my intros with like I should have gotten music for this, but I haven't found it.
Yeah, we've been called out. Are you guys doing
Yep.
music podcasts without music?
Yep.
I guess we are. How about Overnight Oats?
Is that musical?
That's the name of
Is
the
it-
band.
Oh, I mean, it sounds good. Get it?
Does it? So when I was an edgy teen and tried to make a band, a name that we came up with is Crowd Control.
Hmm.
No. Apparently there is an acapella metal.
I don't doubt it.
What kind of
Did-
metal is there not?
It's all metal. It's metal down all the way down.
Everything
this
is
the-
metal.
Is this the musical insight I'm getting out of this?
Mm-hmm.
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 I see.
Cannot escape the metal.
Oh my god. It's a thing. Oh dude, it's an actual thing.
Why would it not be?
Acapella metal?
Yes.
Yeah, why
And
wouldn't it be?
they put distortion on their voices. Oh dude. Oh, dude, I did not expect to learn that there is an a cappella metal during this podcast. OMG.
But you did anyway.
I did anyway. That's right.
Knowledge.
Knowledge has been acquired.
Knowledge.
Oh no!
Pretty much
stop
only
it.
metal knowledge.
Pretty much only metal knowledge. Knowledge. Shall we move on to something that isn't metal? And we will definitely come back to metal anyway.
We can never escape the metal.
I don't think we can.
Apparently,
no,
that is a thing.
no.
I didn't know that you can't escape the metal, but I
you
know
can't.
that now.
It's just it's ever pleasant, ever pleasant, also ever present.
Yep. It is eternal.
It's eternal. It's immortal. Oh, there's such a
Yep.
good metal song called "Immortalized." By Disturbed. Oh, such a good. Anyway, games, guys. We talked about games last week,
Yes,
and games have music in it.
that is true.
Do you get what I'm getting at? We can talk about game music.
We can.
All right, my fiance is just standing there singing Dorima. I already did that.
Dorime.
All right. Already did
We've been
that.
there, done
We've been there, done that. It's too late. It's too late. Okay, it's Ameno. What's the difference? Oh, how do you know the lyrics, Shadow? How do you know the lyrics?
How? I mean, I've
Explain to
obviously
me.
listened to this classic. How can you not know Dorime?
Dorima. What game that you played? Oh no. Which game had the most interesting soundtrack to you? Most badass, interesting. Oh my god, I need to listen to it again. Sort of soundtrack.
I mean, for me, I played it recently. It was Mega Man 02.
Really?
Yeah, like the soundtrack is really, really good for every stage. It kept me sane through my struggles.
Many struggles.
Many struggles.
This was the electronic, right?
Shadow 2168 DED Shadow
What?
2168
It's mostly
DED,
electronic
Shadow
music, isn't it?
2168 DED.
I guess so. A little bit of metal as well. Tiny bit.
Final Fantasy 14 is one of them for me. I say one of them because there is a few. Final Fantasy 14. Generally, Japanese games and Japanese composers are currently, in my opinion, the most impressive, the most innovative. So
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa, there we go. Yeah. Seriously. So Final Fantasy 14, it has music from pretty much every genre you can think of. So it's made by one guy, Mr. Soken, and he experiments with so many genres. It's crazy. So you have there you go, metal. You also have funk. You have big orchestral pieces. You have punk. Like there's like a very nice punk ballad. That's a thing apparently. For one of the bosses, it's all over the place, and I love it for it. And I'm glad I can appreciate that. I'm glad I went out of my metal shell. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was amazing, man. With the music.
Yep.
Generally the entirety of the sound design was an absolute phenomenal work, and I think that was the best part of the game. Yeah, man, Hollow Knight was huge. Celeste? Oh my god. Celeste was a bit too much for me at some points.
Really?
Yeah.
As
So
in, like,
they,
too long? Or like listening for a track too long, or like what?
yeah, I think so. There is also one. Uh, I don't know what to call that. I think it's trying to emulate an organ. It's the very high pitched organ, and that sound just kind of got me annoyed after a while.
Hmm.
But yeah, Celeste a decent soundtrack. Damn, there was so many more.
You do notice all the freaking stuff in music tracks, Max. Like, for
I do.
example, I'll be playing a game, and then you're like, "Oh, I love this piano." I'm like, "Oh,
Huh?
I guess there is a piano in this track."
There's a piano there.
And then I try to listen. I'm like, I suppose that is a piano.
Yes, I do like to break down music, break down tracks into its core components. I was actually going to talk about it today a little bit. Do you do that when you listen to a song?
Mm,
Do you
not
like
really.
so you just
I mean,
take it as a whole?
sometimes I'll.
Hmm.
Sometimes maybe I'll focus on something and be like, "Oh, wow, music is made of music." But
Oh
usually,
wow.
no. I just jam.
Chateau,
I
I'm
actually
interested in your.
don't like doing that.
You don't like doing
Because
that?
sometimes, no,
It
sometimes
breaks the magic.
if if I focus on like something that maybe should be in the background, but now I can't unhear it,
Yep.
it sort of ruins it for me. Like if there's supposed to be like a background acoustic guitar behind like the super hard electronic that's up front, but it's supposed to be in the background. Like if I only hear the stuff and the sort of stronger stuff that you're meant to listen to isn't as important, it sort of breaks the whole song for me. So I try not to do
Really?
that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I do it with every song. I do it every time to
And
every
it's the
song.
same with vocals. Like if I focus on making vocals, I can't. It doesn't sound good anymore.
No. So I think the breaking down of music started about the time I started to focus a bit more on. Actually, no. It started even earlier than that. It started when I started playing guitar with my mate. So we used to play Metallica songs, and Metallica has two guitarists. And because he was playing one part and I was playing the other, I had to kind of focus on to listening for the part that I was playing only and like select it from the entirety of the song. And I think that's when I started to break things down, and that got magnified even later on when I started playing bass, because bass is very often in the background. And if you want to play bass, then you have to focus on that background. You have to, select it. But you know what? That enhances. I think focusing on little elements enhances music. At least it does for me. When I can listen to a song, and this time I'm focusing on the piano. Next time around, I'm listening to the bass. Next time around, I'm listening to the drums. It doesn't break the magic. It enhances the magic, because I realize what each of the um, musicians is doing and how they gel together. I love breaking down music like that.
I see.
I will say during my time in band, uh, that was the thing, right? When they would like make us listen to the recordings of the full band playing together and what we were supposed to sound like. Uh, the whole point of that was to pinpoint our parts, our instrument, and listen to how it sounds.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part of that, and like how they trained us to do that, is we sort of ignored uh, almost every other instrument that didn't have major parts or that didn't like count us in, or that didn't have a, how do I explain it? Because basically, if you're going to start a part, let's say you have to wait for 5 seconds, and then the saxophone plays 3 notes, and that's your cue to
Hmm.
jump in. That's what we're trained to listen to. We're supposed to listen to not the whole thing, but our cues to go into the song and out. And so that's why it sort of has been ruined for me. Because while learning an instrument does enhance your understanding of that instrument in the music, like in any song you listen to, I feel like it's not the best either. At least not for me. I don't really
Really?
enjoy it. Yeah,
I'm,
because
I'm completely opposite.
yeah, even in metal, like if I just listen to the guitar, it's like it's not everything. It's not
Here's
the whole
the
song.
metal.
Welcome back to metal.
Cannot escape it.
I
But
had
yeah, no, I don't like doing that.
I had the same in a choir when I was a member of a choir. Obviously, you have different voices, usually four, sometimes six,
Hmm.
and you do have to kind of get everything else into the background and just not focus on that and just focus on your part. But then listen for the cues, like you said. Yeah, definitely. But that definitely teaches you selective listening. I don't know, man. That's the best part for me. That's the best part to break a song apart. To break the song apart and appreciate musicianship of each person within the musical ensemble. Ah,
I mean, I think the example of like the backing vocals is my biggest thing, my biggest gripe with it, because the whole point of backing vocals is to sort of blend in with the main vocals and make it sound like one thing. If you sort of deconstruct it, it doesn't quite sound right, like by itself.
yeah, that is true. That is true. It sounds weird and out of place.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And we started this conversation from the mention of Danganronpa. And when it comes to Danganronpa and the piano, it's hard to miss it because it's the forefront. It's the main instrument. Is the soloist in the ensemble. So it's really hard to miss that piano. And I think it's a really good musical choice to implement piano everywhere where your protagonist is the ultimate pianist. You know,
Yeah.
that was a very good choice, I think. And like each time the piano plays, I'm thinking about the protagonist because that was her thing.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Danganronpa 2. So
on the topic of like
Chateau, are you
video
lost?
game music, I haven't. I don't know what Danganronpa is. I don't know what you're talking about.
is that killing game that Shadow plays, where
Uh, no
well
idea.
where anime characters kill each other,
No
is
clue.
and then there's a class trial.
Still no clue. Who are you? Where am I?
Who?
Are we streaming?
Where am I?
What time is it? What year is it?
Why did we just suddenly break into that? It has
Mass
happened
confusion.
before.
No, I'm kidding about the Danganronpa thing. I do know something about Danganronpa. Not
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. Right. So on the topic of video game music, I'm about to start playing Cuphead, which a huge part of that game is the music.
Hmm.
And I think overall the genre is like sort of old-timey jazz, I guess you could call it.
Jazz.
Jazz. But
You
it's like
cannot say
very
jazz normally.
fast-paced jazz. Nope, cannot say jazz.
You cannot say jazz normally. It's always kind of wonky, a bit
Yep.
jazzy.
Bit jazzy.
Jazz.
But yeah, Cuphead.
Yes.
Very music. Much good.
Very music, much good. Nice.
Yes.
What am I playing? I was playing something recently. The um the moon base, the
Oh
the
yeah,
the one that
right.
you're a cat and then you're in space and you
Yeah.
have to survive. It had no
And you
music,
died.
and I died several times. It had no music, and I was very sad. The end.
Honestly, though, many popular indie games have wonderful music. It's just how it is.
Stardew Valley,
I mean, like
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
that is not an indie game, but okay.
It's an indie game. It started off as an
I
indie game.
suppose it started, yeah. Does it count then?
Yeah, I would say it counts. Well, now it's obviously property of Microsoft, so it's a bit different. But no, I think it still counts.
Terraria.
What?
Terraria.
Terraria.
Yep.
Not Terraria. No, Terraria. Terraria. I'm
Terraria.
American. I'm American.
American.
I'm from Texas.
Actually, what is the Terraria music? It doesn't like. I don't remember it too much.
I don't even know what Terraria music is. So don't ask
Me
me.
too.
Uh,
You're the
nice.
one with the knowledge.
You have the knowledge.
So Terraria was sort of similar to Minecraft, where like the music wasn't always there. It would only kick in sometimes.
You reminded me of something.
So yeah,
What?
it was sort of hard to pinpoint the music because it would only come in sometimes, and that's it.
So, guys,
What?
Dark Souls.
Thanks us.
Thanks us. So there is
Wish I could stream it.
Yep, I know you two, you both. Yep. I wish I could stream Elder Ring, but then money equals none. So Dark Souls, the way they deal with music is accidentally fantastic. Why do I say that? Because they ran out of budget when they made the first game. They ran out of budget for background music, so the only places that had music were the initial sort of like hub location as well as bosses, and there was no music in between locations, and that was accidentally great because lack of music also gives a lot of ambience. Suddenly you hear the footsteps, you hear the enemies, the movements and all that, but it also makes the moments with music that much more remarkable. Like the bosses, or like you come back to the main hub area. It's called Firelink Shrine. Firing Shrine.
Oh,
Schlein, that's the thing. Firelink. Jesus, Firelink Shrine.
Max tries to speak.
Watch
online without that
So-
mess.
What? Anyway, Dark Souls does music very well, and it's accidental that it does it very well.
I mean,
Lack
Dark
of
Souls does
music is good.
sound very well.
Yes.
Like, because if there was no music in between areas, but then there, like the sound of footsteps and rolling weren't as good, it wouldn't be
Yes.
like it wouldn't be as good as it is now.
I agree. Sound design is very important for games.
Mm-hmm. So the lesson we've learned is that music is the backbone of plenty of games.
Especially metal.
I mean, has there been a video game that primarily has metal, excluding Doom? I am disappointed by Doom.
But
That
many things
primarily-
can run Doom.
Oh no, stop it.
Why?
Stop it.
Why?
Can you run a potato on a Doom?
Run a potato on a Doom?
Yeah. Can you run a potato on a Doom?
I don't know, probably with mods. There is that setup with where Doom runs with on the power from potatoes. And the Doom itself is like on a calculator or something. Anyway, we're talking about music. Are we not?
I'm sure there is a game that has primarily metal, and God damn it, because I
Okay.
think
I guess we
know.
should talk about. No, go ahead.
Well, no, it's out of my memory at the moment, but I know there is.
Okay. So Doom Eternal. The whole thing, the whole hype was that they hired a ton of metal vocalists to do the chant or whatever. And I thought, whoa, this is gonna be pretty good. It was not. They just had them shout. Well, no, that's growling. I wish they had them just shout normally. Yeah,
Ah,
they could have gotten normal people to do that.
Nice.
I'm sad. I'm sad. Sad about that.
Chateau is
Waste of
sad.
talent. Because I was interested in that. Like, it sounded good. They got like 50 metal vocalists or whatever. And they were legit metal vocalists, but they got them to shout instead of growl. So, like, what even? Why?
Chateau, what
Hmm.
do you say to Soda Dungeon?
Oh, jeez. Soda Dungeon.
Is it that metal?
I could open it. I have to open that up. I forget the music.
Like I think it's metal, but I'm not sure. Like I
I
forgot the music
don't.
as well.
Soda Dungeon OST. Very jazzy. Electronic and jazz.
I
Got it.
remember.
Yeah.
Doom,
Yeah.
doom, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it is just electronic and jazz.
Okay, never mind.
Ooh, Ice has a little bit of metal though. A little bit of guitar in there.
Okay, games with metal soundtracks. Doom, Quake,
Ew. I don't know about Quake.
Brutal Legend, apparently, whatever that
No
is.
idea.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That's a word.
Dude, if it wasn't so expensive, that game is so good.
Yeah.
It actually does have really good music.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
I mean, yeah,
Question-
technically.
Question mark. Killing Floor 2.
I
Coffee
haven't played it, but I've heard
Crisis.
of it. No idea.
Coffee
Jeez.
Crisis.
Coffee Crisis.
Yeah, it's called Coffee Crisis.
Shadow 2168
Oh my
DED
god.
Shadow
Quake,
2168
Doom,
DED
Splatterhouse.
Shadow 2168 DED.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh.
For Super Nintendo.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, dude. God of War?
To be fair, like a lot of the older games, like Ninja Gaiden and stuff, had like really fast soundtracks, and they were meant to be played in like better instruments, I guess, and some of them were meant to be metal sounding, but because of the conversion and stuff, it just sounded like 8-bit but fast. Yep.
Yep.
Pretty metal.
No, maybe not. Maybe there isn't too many games that primarily have metal, unfortunately. But then, a lot of the aggressive electronic music is very metal, but doesn't have electric guitars.
Yeah. To be fair though, Doom, while it may be a disappointment now, will allow for metal to be introduced to more mainstream games.
I think metal has been in mainstream games for a while. It's just not primary sort of thing. Have you played Payday 2?
I haven't.
It's a game about a group of heisters doing heists, basically. And there is quite a few metal songs in a mostly...
Wait.
What?
Gears of War. I think it has metal.
Oh my god.
Let me just check this.
It was on the list, so most likely. That big brain game, Europa Universalis, that I was playing. It has a metal DLC, and made by Sabaton. Do you know Sabaton?
The historic metal the history metal band.
The history metal band, indeed. I saw them live. I actually took a picture of them as well because I was there backstage.
So many good memes.
They're good, dude. What are you talking about?
They are memes too.
Memes. I do have a story about Sabaton and how I saw them backstage.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was 11th of November, 2012, I believe. Still in Poland. My friend's aunt had a music venue, and we were able to basically go there for free, first of all, get some free drinks, as well as get our stuff backstage, and so nobody thinks about taking it away. And because we were allowed backstage, we saw Sabaton as well. And there was another band which you definitely know, called Ailstorm, which is the pirate metal band, which I also saw
Pirate metal,
backstage.
let's go.
Yeah, so that gig had a glam metal band called Steelwing. Then there was Ailstorm, and the header was Sabaton. That was a really good gig. Really good gig. Ailstorm, phenomenal metal band. we
For
will
real.
not. Yeah, they are very good. They are pirate metal. Actually,
Yeah,
are
during my
pirate
whole
metal.
phase of like experimenting with metal, with like folk metal, all that stuff, Viking metal,
Yep.
pirate metal was probably my favorite.
Yeah, they're good, and they do
'Cause
have very,
Viking
very
metal,
aggressive keyboards.
they do. I also wish some of the lyrics weren't what they are.
They are.
Because you're like vibing, and then the lyrics are like, wait a minute, no, I can't vibe to this.
Stop.
Yeah. By the way, I
Yeah.
sent the meme I was referring to, the Sabaton meme.
I'm afraid to open it.
It
Open
is
it.
a very basic format.
Oh, the annoyed bird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
A
watch
bunch
it
of
later.
those. Yep. Rip Shadow, she's lost in the metal.
I'm listening. I guess
you
I'm not
just-
talking.
You need to listen to metal. No, don't listen to us. Listen to metal.
Yeah.
Metal is the
So, like,
truth.
whatever you may like now, there's something in metal for you.
Yeah. Like Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. And then there was
Wonderful.
silence.
I don't like Metallica.
You don't like Metallica?
No, they're a bit repetitive.
Really? I really like
Yeah.
Metallica. I do
Mm.
agree. They do get repetitive. All of the thrash metal really is. I think out of the big four, like Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, and Anthrax, I think Metallica is the least repetitive, and Slayer is the most repetitive.
Actually, I think I like none of them
Hmm.
because I guess it is thrash metal, I guess. But out of the big ones,
Yeah,
even Iron Maiden, I only like a few of their songs. But with them as well, it's very repetitive. I'm not.
it is.
Not a fan.
Iron Maiden is hugely repetitive. I agree.
But yeah, there's metal for everything. That is another lesson for today.
There is a metal song for every woe in the world.
Yep. Matter of fact, if you like vaporwave, you might like atmospheric black metal.
Atmospheric black metal.
Yep.
I mean, anything is atmospheric if you're brave enough.
Unbelievable. What a meme.
This is
What a
the
meme.
new meme. We forgot TAA.
TAA?
Yep.
What's TAA? TAE, you mean?
Yes.
So why did you say TAA? Are you TAE by any chance? Are you a bit tired and emotional by any chance?
Yes. Exactly that. Honest. Because I slept, but I'm still tired. I still want to sleep.
It is a crazy thing about sleep.
And I didn't get
Just
my
doesn't.
tea before stream. I wanted to have some tea. I didn't. There was not enough time to get tea.
Uh,
Shall we talk about the superiority of base?
I mean, you can go
Yes.
ahead, and I'll disagree.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say. Wow.
I mean, you already said superiority.
Yep. Why is bass the best instrument there is in the world? Because
What kind of bass specifically? The concept of bass or the instrument bass?
all right. I think I mean concept of bass rather than instrument
Okay,
specifically.
yes, I agree with that.
Every genre needs bass. No matter what genre you play, it needs bass. It's one of the things. It's part of the rhythm section. Drums, bass. You need that. Even in classical music, when you even don't have drums per se, you still have the double bass, doing stuff, or you have the trombone doing stuff. That is bassy, You need bass. Bass
Yeah,
is
even
literally
your
the base of
voice needs
music.
bass.
Your voice needs bass.
Yes. You ever heard like a child undergoing puberty? It's the worst. Yeah, it's the worst. They don't have enough bass.
Yeah, like on the guitar amp, you have the bass like toggle thing. They just need to
Yeah.
crank it up. Yeah.
Yep. Two of those.
Yep.
And crank both up.
Yeah. Everything needs bass. That's why bass is superior.
Yeah, because it's like in terms of mixing, it's like bass, mid, and treble, and mid requires bass.
I'm all about the bass personally. No treble. I think there was a song.
I hate
There
it.
was a song.
There once was a song about Ragnar the Red.
There once was a ship I took to sea.
Do you like ships?
Oh. Oh my god.
That was so easy.
Did we just do? Did we just do 3 song references in a row from the same quote?
No, do you like ships is a different reference. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
It is
Yep.
a different reference, Rito.
Do you like ships though?
You're just not enlightened enough.
You're not enlightened enough now.
I am not.
You
Thankfully,
haven't
I am
killed
not.
enough high school students to know.
Oh my. Okay, that sounded bad. Does it imply we have killed enough high school students?
I was never caught.
Understandable.
Dude. I was going to say something, I forgot. God damn it.
Ships have replaced everything.
Ships have replaced everything. God damn it.
You now only like ships. That's it.
Do you know anything about music theory?
I do know some stuff a bit.
Or more
of
like
it.
European music theory?
Yep.
Even less.
You would know. You're playing classical guitar, you would definitely know this.
Probably not.
So, like, whenever you play a chord, or when you do an arpeggio, whatever, you always start with you don't always start with the lowest note, but the lowest note gives the name to the arpeggio, gives the name to the chord. So like when you do an
Mhm.
A major chord, the only reason it's called A major is because the lowest note of it, the root of it is A.
Cool.
And the reason I say that is because if you play bass as an instrument and you're in a musical ensemble, you control what chord, what harmony the ensemble will have. Because if everybody's playing, let's say, notes for A major, and then suddenly you play a different bass note, suddenly the whole chord changes. Because the lowest note is what we cling on to as generally listening to music. That's how we understand music. So you can change the entire harmony of the musical ensemble as a bass player. And it's cool.
Interesting.
There is a YouTuber called Adam Neely. He is basically Vsauce of music. I did mention him before. And he plays bass. Like, it's his main instrument. And he talked about it quite extensively. About what it means to play bass. What is the role of bass within musical ensemble? It doesn't need to be bass like a 4-string instrument. It could be a keyboard, could be anything. But what is the role of it?
I, hmm. I will say, as both in clarinet and guitar, I was lead. I was like first clarinet and lead
Mhm.
guitar, I guess. I've always preferred being more in the background instead of just like leading. I guess I do prefer contributing to the whole thing rather than deciding sort of the direction and the speed of everything. So like, as much I was always put in those like leader positions, but I don't prefer it. I much prefer being like second or like playing bass, playing the rhythm part.
Yeah.
Because then I can contribute. I can still like do my best, right? But then I'm just contributing instead of leading.
Bass is
That's what I
good for that.
prefer doing in terms of like ensemble.
Yeah. Rhythm section is good for that. It's the backbone on which everything else is built.
Mm.
But don't be fooled. Rhythm section has a decent amount of control over what's happening. Well, obviously, when you have like a ensemble and you have a piece to play, then nobody really has control.
Yeah.
Beside the what do you call the guy who like controls the ensemble? The
Conductor?
conductor. Yeah, there we go. Other than conductor, nobody really has the power to do stuff. But if you're in like a free flowing sort of band, then the rhythm section also has a lot of influence.
Who is in control?
What?
Sounds like an Evanescence song, but it might not be. Also another metal band. Not metal,
Ish.
rock
Ish.
ish.
Symphonic something.
Symphonic something. Yeah.
Symphonic something. That's the genre. Wake Me Up Inside.
This no.
What a metal song.
Have you heard the Goofy version?
No?
You haven't heard the Goofy cover of that song?
No?
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're gonna have to.
The memes.
It is too good. It is too
Listen,
good.
send it on Discord because
Are you serious?
I'll forget.
You're gonna break.
No, send it over on Discord. I'm not gonna do it now. No, don't worry.
Okay. Oh, it's so
Wait,
good.
Goofy as in the Disney character.
Yep.
Oh no.
Where were we? I got lost.
You
I
got
got lost in the
lost.
Goofy.
Oh no. Goofy sings Evanescence Bring Me to Life. Nice. I've got a question. If you could choose one instrument in the world that you would want to play, and like be very competent at it, which instrument would that be?
I don't know, piano?
I would say piano, but I really like the ability to have vibrato in string instruments. It adds a lot.
You realize that modern keyboards have that.
Keyboards, but not piano. I'm not gonna. Like, you have control over the vibrato in a string instrument. You can like slow it down and speed it up in the same note.
Yeah, you have bends.
Wind instruments are pretty good too, but they're like, it's interesting because at a high enough level of skill with wind instruments, you can have vibrato and bends and everything.
Yeah,
You can have everything, but with string instruments, it's just more natural, I guess, to have that. So yeah, probably the string instrument. Not necessarily guitar, but a string instrument.
yeah. I think I would say bass.
Mm.
I know it's right behind me. All I need to do is just practice an hour a day, and eventually I'll be good. But it just motivation just just ain't there.
I'm actually curious. How does like vibrato work on like the thick strings of a bass?
It's hard. You have to like proper like move your hand move your fingers quite a lot to achieve that. And
Mm.
also you don't really do that. You don't really do vibrato. You do bends. You don't really do vibrato because
Because with the orchestral bass, vibrato works because you can sustain the note with the bow.
yeah.
But in like a pick bass, a finger picking bass, I would imagine it's not quite the same.
No, you don't really do vibratos. No,
That's unfortunate.
I don't. I don't miss it that much actually. Um, I just get overwhelmed by the thickness of the sound, and I
Yeah.
forget all about the vibratos.
I guess I worry so much about vibrato because in classical guitar, vibrato is like the breaking point. Not the breaking point, but like once you learn how to do vibrato, it changes your sound so much. Like it adds a lot to whatever you were
Sister
playing before.
Yeah,
WTF.
because you can add like micro vibratos to like every other note or something. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's big. Yeah. What was that about, Charlie? Were you saying something?
She be just screaming.
No.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've heard screaming coming from your mic.
Oh, I thought I was you,
Are
Max.
you in my chat, Max?
I'm in your chat. There was a lot of going on. That was not me, no.
That was my sister.
Amazing! Very musical.
Oh.
True.
Everything is music.
If you're brave
You're
enough.
brave enough.
Ah, jeez.
But honestly, though, everything is music, though. That is
Mhm.
that is the thing. Everything is music. God damn. How does one get motivation to play an instrument?
Honestly, just find a song you like to the point where you have to pick up your instrument immediately. Pretty much it.
There was a song I was going to learn, right? Oh! There was that
Oh.
solo from Crypto the Necrodancer that I was going to learn.
And then
That
you
might be a
didn't?
thing for tomorrow. I didn't know. That might be a thing for tomorrow's stream.
I still have like the same 3 songs that I have to get through from years ago. Because I genuinely bit off more than I can chew.
10 years later.
Yep. But to be fair though, once I get through these songs, I will have learned the skills that I didn't have before.
But will you ever? Would it be more efficient to pick an easier song, get through it, and then pick another song, get through that? Would it be more efficient that way?
Maybe, but it would be misery because I wouldn't enjoy the song
Yeah,
that
I
I
get that.
play to practice for this one.
Yeah, I get that. Because like when you learn an instrument, it's not just the artistry of it; it's also the craft of it. You have to spend hours, and not like 10 hours once every month, like an hour a day sort of thing, to
Yeah.
Oh,
get your
really?
skills up. Yeah, it's hard, man. Whenever I start doing that, it just after like a week, the motivation just goes, and it's really hard to keep up with the skills. So like I have very basic skills on bass and on guitar, and I never kind of transcended that basic sort of skill set because I don't have motivation to practice every day, and it's bad, man. It's bad.
I mean, something I do to like maintain the time I practice when I do pick up the guitar is I do a lot of noodling, but the way I like to do it is I've always liked to find patterns that my fingers cannot do. So like if there's something weird that my hand just cannot seem to do, I'm like, okay, this is weird, but it works, but I have to learn how to do it. And so that's just what I do. I try to find something I cannot do, and then I try to do it.
Yes. Um, have you had a little breakthrough when you started to learn how to use your pinky?
A long time ago, but
Yeah.
sure.
Do you remember that breakthrough? How much it opened when you started to use your pinky as well? I
I
still remember
do.
to this day. Still remember to this day. The day I learned how to use my pinky, or rather, the week I learned how to use my pinky, that just opened huge amounts of new possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet every instrument has breakthroughs like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Right.
None of us are about singing, right?
I used to sing in a choir,
Oh yeah, right.
and then I moved to UK. I stopped singing, and now I'm
Are those two
really
things
bad.
connected?
They are, yeah,
I
because I
mean,
was in a
yeah.
choir before I left, and I came over to UK, and then I didn't join any singing groups, and I lost it, and now I'm really bad, like really bad.
I never became good.
Oof.
That's easier.
Honestly, like I was all right, but I was never like absolutely phenomenal. It was never there. I think it's mostly because at the time I was in a choir, I was going through puberty, and that was really hard to control my voice.
Hmm.
I think if I joined a choir
That's
now, that'd be much better, much easier.
that. To me, the voice is just such a daunting instrument because there's
Yeah,
so many factors that are outside of your control that can sort of affect everything, like how you practice, uh, the health of your throat, your vocal cords. If you like didn't sleep enough or whatever, it's just so much.
it's hard.
Yeah, it's
Singing is
difficult
hard.
when you're the instrument.
Yeah, it is rewarding.
Hmm.
I remember feeling really good about myself when I was singing things that I wasn't able to sing like a few months before because I had, choir practice 2 times a week. And then suddenly my vocal range is drastically increased and I can sing phenomenal stuff. Then I go to summer holiday, I don't sing at all, come back, and it's like, oh shit, I can't do anything anymore. Yeah. It's so like when I don't play bass or guitar for a while, I can still pick it up a few months later, even a year later, and I still have the basic sort of movements memorized. With voice, it doesn't work like that. You lose it.
Yeah, that really sucks.
That really sucks. If So there is a crazy plan of forming another band with a friend of mine. And if that comes to fruition, I would probably have to return to vocal exercises because we'd probably both be singing.
Mm. Do you guys do any vocal warm-ups before you start a stream?
No.
No.
I sort of have to.
Otherwise, it's just.
Yeah, like I stumble over my words even more, and then my voice gets tired faster.
Dude, have
So
you
it
ever
helps a lot.
heard me? You think you stumble?
Well, no, it's worse because I have like a deeper voice. So like if I mumble, it's even worse.
It's like you listen
Yeah,
to Mother Earth talking to you.
except you can't understand.
Honestly, I did
Can
do.
you understand Mother Earth?
Yes.
What?
I mean, I somehow do survive 8-hour long Danganronpa streams now. So, yay. And so, like, about 6 hours of that is me reading. So, yeah.
Yeah, like if anything, it would benefit you to do vocal warm-ups, but then again, like just reading so much has trained you
So,
quite a bit.
would you be able to present your vocal warm-ups?
No.
Kato is not ready to be cringe
Pretty please.
live.
You know what's funny?
What?
They're actually so low that the mic doesn't pick them up.
What? I will say some of the vocal warm-ups I used to do in a choir sound absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Like
and
absolutely
annoying.
ridiculous. And yeah, and annoying. Yeah, for sure. But they do work. They work really
They
well.
do.
Do I even remember? I'm not gonna. I'm not cringe enough either.
Oh my gosh. That's one thing I really enjoyed about going back to guitar, not
Yeah.
having to warm up for anything.
You should.
But,
You
I mean,
should.
I guess I did warm up with like a few like sweep picking exercises or whatever, but like I didn't do like traditional stretches and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a set repetitive thing. It was just like I go through some finger exercises and stuff.
Yeah. So whenever occasionally I come back to bass or guitar and I do exercise and all that. And if I do some exercises before I start playing normally, I can do more things than I would if I didn't warm up. That I can feel the effect of the warm up.
Mm.
Yeah, it's huge.
To be fair, for me, like a lot of the stuff I play could be considered a warm up anyway because it's very repetitive and it's also kind of challenging. So if anything, I use the challenging stuff as my warm up, which might not be the best, but it sort of works. It does the thing.
Stop, get some help.
Shadow, do you
What?
guitar?
The guitar? What
Do
about
you?
it?
Do you guitar?
Do you?
I have a guitar.
Do you
It's in
guitar?
the closet. Because I have
Do
nowhere
you
to
though?
put it. We don't have anywhere. We don't have a proper place for the guitar. So it's always in some awkward places. So currently it's in my closet. It's also out of tune probably. But I can't actually show it.
There's
I
like
can actually
tuning
bring
apps.
it.
That's what I use.
Yeah. I mean, I
Like,
have a physical tuner that you put on top of the head, and then I can show it right here. You put it on.
I
You
mean, I
clip
do
it
have an
onto
app,
it.
but when was the last time I picked up the guitar? Some weeks ago?
mhm.
And again,
I
it's
mean,
in the
same.
closet. So I
So-
doubt it preserves the tuning well.
Just tell the guitar that it's okay to be gay and let it walk out of the closet.
I mean, I can take it out of the closet, sure.
Yeah, I think
Guitar
the issue
stream, I
happens
can
when you put
hear
it back in the closet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So your guitar should be close to you so you can pick it up at any time.
It
Yeah.
should be in plain sight. So if you like hear music, you look at your guitar and think, huh, maybe.
I should do that
Maybe.
more often. Because I get lazy. I just wanna
Nice, I
come
have a
home and
guitar
chill.
now.
Hey, guitar is the
Oh.
thing.
Guitar.
Is it
Guitar.
even picking up? No?
I don't know if my guitar will be picking up.
Discord is very bad with that.
Oh. Well, I can
It is
hear
picking up.
that.
Yeah.
But this? I don't know.
I can't hear you now.
Interesting. What if I... Nah,
Out of tune. Nope.
out of tune it is. I know.
Such professional menu. Wow. Tuning guitar on stream.
I mean, why not?
Let's go.
Let me be tuning the guitar as well.
Oh yes. So Shato, you said you don't
Oh,
do
that sounds
chords.
very out of tune. Yeah, I mean,
No,
I
that
don't
was my plane.
know
It was in
enough
tune.
about chords.
That was my plane.
Like, I obviously do chords in the songs that I play, but like, I don't know how they work or care. I just play the things. I just put my fingers in the right place.
In strum.
And like, what's gotten me by is the very basic rule of like a note is 5 frets away, a string across,
Yes.
and so I just reconfigure the chord to where I might prefer it.
Yes. I didn't learn that skill for the longest time.
It's
I didn't
very
learn
useful.
that. Oh yes.
So good.
Also my picks.
Oh,
My
yeah.
plectrums.
Picks. Oh right.
I've heard
Bass.
something.
Wonderful. You know, it looks very weird with the avatars on screen, you know? They just suddenly
Yep.
speak in the language of music.
Yeah. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. That was the intro. Chateau, where your guitar at?
Why though?
Because we all have guitars in our hands right now.
Okay.
You're
give
the
me a
last
sec.
one. Do I even guitar anymore? I haven't played guitar in so long. What? Do I remember this? God damn it, I don't.
Okay, it's not picking up. Give me a sec.
Once upon a time, I used to guitar. Now I just bass. I've heard something.
No, it's not picking it up.
Oh, that was Shadow.
I'm sad.
You're such. There's one thing, one unexpected thing about guitar, and that is you have to cut your nails.
Your left
Oh
hand
my
nails.
Because I don't do classical guitar, I don't bother with right hand either. And also for bass, you have to cut your right hand as well. There is a technique
Right
that requires, yeah,
Oh,
the entire hand. The entire hand goes. There's a technique that requires you to have your right hand nails cut. the index finger and the middle finger. They have to be as short as you can make them. Otherwise,
Nice technique.
yeah, that's because the strings are so thick and they are so rumbly. You have to mute them. Otherwise, it just becomes very, very messy. So when you pluck a string, what you want to do is you want to rest your finger on the next string to mute it. And if you have a long nail, that would pluck the string again and make a very jarring sound. So you have to have them very short, so the movement is smooth, so your nail doesn't clip on the string.
Yeah.
So you cannot be both a classical guitarist and a bassist.
That's
at the
very
same time.
sad.
Huh?
I suppose what nails do you have to keep for classical guitar when it comes to right hand?
You don't need them that long. It's more of a matter of shaping them in a specific way. I remember one of my teachers would spend maybe an hour on their nails, just shaping them the right way. For me personally, it doesn't really matter. I just learn how to play with whatever shape, whatever length. But you do get a better sound if you shape them in a specific way.
Yeah, no,
But yeah, we were never taught
you
that.
have to
It
cut
was never
them.
important.
For bass, you have to have them short.
Hmm.
That's one of the. So my fiance used to pick up guitar from time to time, and she used to play, and she stopped. She never said that explicitly, but I believe she stopped mostly because she had to cut her nails. She didn't want to, so she transitioned onto piano instead.
I mean, don't you still have to cut your nails for piano?
Well, for casual play that she does, no. But I suppose you would, yeah.
Gotcha.
I suppose you would.
Yeah.
But no, she doesn't bother. Dap down, da da down, da da down.
Dang. I mean, I do have a guitar in hand. It's just not picking up. The microphone is too weak.
Oh,
Is it picking up on stream? For you, Chateau?
Max's is, I think.
yeah. I am loud.
No, because I think on my stream the guitar is being picked up. It's just not in Discord.
That's interesting. Wait, are you sure though?
I mean, I am looking at the audio mixer, and judging by it, you could probably be able to hear something. Or at
Did you hear
least
that?
more than
Did I hear
whatever
what?
you hear in Discord.
Okay, then I guess you didn't.
Wait, do it again.
What, this?
Shh.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit.
Okay.
Very quiet,
But
but
then
yes.
why doesn't Discord?
No,
Or-
your avatar was showing up.
Your avatar
Oh.
learned how to speak music.
Crazy.
yes. Tomorrow. I need to cut my nails for tomorrow. I'll be doing some music. So if we were to make music for the stream, for the podcast, what genre would that be?
Chilled. The knowledge genre.
Chilled metal?
Chilled metal.
I used to fall asleep to like Disturbed and Metallica and all that.
That's interesting. I mean, I've fallen asleep to Tool, but
Yeah, there you go.
how about Metallica? But Tool is more like chill sometimes. Sometimes.
Oh, Metallica.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so Discord is picking that up. I guess it's only the bass notes that it likes. It's interesting.
Discord chose the bass. Discord is all
Discord's
about the
superior.
bass.
It's superior, I'm telling you.
Crazy. It likes bass.
I'm not ready
How
for
did this
tomorrow.
start? Where are
I don't
we?
know. Because we asked if Shadow guitars, and then she
Oh,
said
right.
she does guitar, but she only guitars in the closet.
Oh.
I mean, that is one way to explain the situation, but yeah.
I love English language. Oh my god, you can make so many funny things like that.
I mean, you can make funny things in other languages too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't understand them, would they? Would I?
I mean, depends. I mean, anyway, we're not talking about languages, are we? Only the language of music.
That's next week. That's next week.
Okay, I accept this challenge. Chateau, are you ready
For what?
for
What
language
challenge?
talk next week?
Oh, jeez. Sure.
Jeez.
That was, the fast processing of the situation. Like, oh no. And then
So, speaking of music, what is an
Music?
unorthodox instrument that you like? Weird
Bagpipes.
instrument. Oh my god, okay. Complicated. I like a
Have you not-
harp.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I played it on stream, but there's like this one album of just bagpipes, and it's pretty darn good. I'll send it.
I would not listen to it.
It's good though.
What about harp? I like a harp.
Ooh, that is a nice one.
I would like to play on a harp. At least try a harp at some point. Carol has asked that question ages ago. And I did say harp would be my answer. What's unorthodox, strange instrument you would like to play? And I said harp.
Mm.
Would you like to play bagpipes?
No,
Would you like to blow a
they
dead
sound
goat?
nice though. Is that what they are?
Yep.
I'm sure they found better ways to make it. I really don't think they still make them that way. They
I
shouldn't.
don't know. Probably not. But that's
Yeah.
how they started. That's how it all started. What about you, Shadow? What strange instrument would you like to play, or which one do you like?
Maybe. I don't remember how it's called right now, in English especially. The instrument where you like just move your hand above it and it makes sound.
It's called theremin.
Yay.
Or theremin. I think it's theremin with TH. Yeah, theremin. Yeah, T-H-E-R-E-M-I-N. Yeah.
Theremin.
Yeah. It's the only instrument you can play without touching it.
The Remin.
Yeah. I did actually play theremin. It's hard. It's actually harder than you expect. I went to a museum of music in was it Coventry in UK? It was Museum of Music of Coventry, which has more music than I ever thought. So basically, the entire ska genre kind of originated from there. Genre I don't really care for much, but they did have a little music room with a bunch of strange instruments, and theremin was there, so I tried playing it, and it's hard. It's actually really difficult to make a sound. To get your hands in the right spots. So one hand controls the volume and the other one controls the pitch. It's hard. So if you see someone play theremin and they play it well, it took them months and years to get to that level. It's hard. Britney Spears. Yes or no?
What about?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
She slaps. She slaps.
Cool for her.
And
No. Her
congrats to
music
her.
is really good. So like I suppose it's pop of the it's past pop, right? But there are YouTube channels that do cover like different songs and like kind of break them down, and most of those channels praise Britney's music quite a lot, and for a good reason. It's good. It's really good, and it's very strange for such a popular artist to be experimenting as much as she did. I have a lot of respect for. I don't know if Britney Spears herself was writing most of it. Probably she had writers, but I have a lot of respect for that.
So I confused Britney Spears with Kesha. Still yes, though.
Now, Britney, like Toxic, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
When it comes to modern pop, do you have any songs that you like from modern pop?
Sia has made some really, really good music.
Who?
Sia,
Who's that?
the one with the hair.
The one with the hair?
Yeah.
The one with the hair?
Yeah, the one who made Chandelier.
Oh!
Yeah, the one with the hair.
Oh. How do you say that?
Sia.
Sia. I thought you said Thea, like TH.
No.
Sia.
Sia.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
good. There was a music video she made with Shia LaBeouf. Well, it wasn't her. It was whoever the young actress is, and Shia LaBeouf. That was a really good music video. I don't remember what song that was, but it was with Shia LaBeouf.
Elastic Hearts.
Yes. I think that was really good, especially that I used to be in a theater and we used to do a lot of stuff like that. It was really good for me.
Interpretive
good, yeah.
dancing.
No, but like improv. Well, I suppose
Oh.
no. I suppose that's different. But it did speak to me. It spoke to me.
Right.
Would you call Billie Eilish pop?
In some ways, yeah.
What even is pop?
Pops.
Pop is just too vague.
Is pop just whatever is the most popular,
Well,
as
pop
the name
pops,
suggests?
except when it slaps.
Is Popcat pop?
Yes.
I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like Billie Eilish.
Billiard eyelash.
Yeah, it's so the most well known song by her, Bad Guy. It's really fun to play on bass. Originally, it's not being played on bass. It's played on the keyboard, but it's fun.
Right.
You have to detune it to D, but it's fun because the lowest
I've never
note is
gotten
D.
out of standard tuning. I don't even wanna.
It messes with you, honestly. But with classical guitar, you would never need to. When it
Nope.
comes to metal, you would occasionally.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You would
not
also need a
always.
7-string guitar.
No, depending what metal.
It benefits me to have a 7-string, and also more frets. Because
More
my
frets
gosh,
is useful. Yeah.
some of those solos goes for like 32 frets or something.
How many?
32,
32.
35,
Are you
46, 42.
joking? No.
No, not really, but like more
No.
frets than usual.
Yeah. My first guitar had 24.
Ooh.
And most of the solos were within that. My current guitar, my Fender, I think has 21, and that does lock a few solos out of my reach. I would have to
I
up tune.
can't even touch Rhapsody of Fire solos. Like not only skill level, but I just don't have the frets or the strings.
Can you play Nightmare King Grim though on the guitar?
If I find the tab, sure.
Can you learn it from just listening to it?
Never. Any song. Nope.
See, that's just do it like that while on the guitar.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you were very surprised when I did a music stream and I was learning that trumpet song, and you were very surprised I didn't have a tab.
Yeah, no, I cannot work without tabs.
I think you would
I'm not good
if you
enough.
tried. I think you would. I for the
I mean, yeah,
longest
but
time it would
it would
take
be
a
a
while.
while of like
Yeah,
fumbling
but
about.
it would be a lot of learning.
Mm.
I for the longest time thought I wasn't good enough to learn from hearing, and then one time I tried and I realized, oh, actually, no, I am good enough to do that. And I bet you're in the same spot. You're just too afraid to try. But if you do,
Yeah, it's also a big time investment.
yes. But it's
Whereas
a good
tabs are
stream.
just,
It's good for a
is it?
stream, Chateau.
Is it?
Yeah, just figure out Rhapsody of Fire solo on stream. Go.
Mhm. Jeez.
No.
I would honestly have to like buy a new guitar or something because this one's kind of old, and I think it's because of that that I can't have it be picked up by Discord
Wait,
or
hang on a
anything.
minute. Hang on a minute. Are you playing metal solos on a classical guitar?
Not a classical, acoustic.
Okay. Are you playing metal solos on an acoustic guitar?
Sure as hell trying. If I can do it on acoustic, it's a lot easier on.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there is no comparison. It's so much easier on an electric guitar because
Yeah.
it's
Like the
built for
strings
that.
are so much thinner.
Yeah, and the tension is much lower.
Yeah.
So all the bends that cut through your fingers now will just be easy peasy on the electric.
Ooh.
Are you planning on getting an electric guitar at some point?
Nah. Too loud.
Too loud.
Too loud.
It's quieter than acoustic.
I guess, but like it's gonna mess with me if like I have headphones on and I'm hearing the electric, but then I can also hear the twangy noise of just
The
a normal
twangy
electric
noise.
guitar. Yeah, 'cause it just like sound like ting ting. I don't like that.
You get used to it.
I don't wanna.
So
I
you'll
don't
you'll play
wanna.
Rhapsody of Fire on acoustic guitar.
Forever. Yep.
That's a meme. That's a meme. That is. That's a meme right there. Is this knowledge?
Knowledge.
Is this the time?
Perhaps.
I mean, it could be, yeah.
It may be.
Have we more?
Not sure.
Hmm. To be fair, I don't even know what to ask anymore. Yeah, right.
I thought we were gonna have more, but all I had is metal.
And I contributed to it.
Once
more
you
metal.
metal, you never go back.
Once you meet metal, you cannot go back.
I mean, I suppose the only other thing is, do we have anything to say about mashups?
Mashups like what?
Remixes?
Yeah, it's like people say, "Oh, look, these songs can work together."
Oh, medleys. Oh yeah, metal does that a lot.
No, I mean not really medleys, like at the same time.
Yes, so Daft Punk does it really well, or at least he used to.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's done well, it works really well. As I said, there is a concert from Daft Punk called Alive 1997, and each song they play is basically two songs at the same time. And they do it really well. Like honestly, really, really well.
Interesting. Honestly, I just thought of this because recently I just saw that meme of free mashed up songs.
Well,
And
what
that
was the
was
meme
it.
about pop music? It's all sounding the same,
Uh,
because that is the thing.
Wait,
no, it's like
in
it's
terms of
if
mashups,
if you if
I don't know if
you
you guys have
know
heard of.
you can search for it like misery x CPR x Reese's Puffs.
Oh, Jesus.
Why should you know that?
Those kinds of matchups. Those kinds of matchups. Yeah. CPR. And the other one, Misery.
Misery. And Reese's Puffs is also there.
Yeah, it's a meme song, Max. Like once it's in your head, it will never leave.
I will never listen to
And
it.
once you hear it, yeah, no, Max, it's good though.
Max, Mr. Incredible.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no. I'm okay.
Oh yeah, also, has music helped any of us? In which way?
Um. Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Having a guitar as a 14-year-old made me much more interesting to the female side of the school. Beside that, nah.
I feel like we had too many guitarists at our school for that to be a thing.
Yeah. We had a few, and it very quickly went because they realized I'm shite. Like I was really bad.
And they
Like-
realize you can't play all their popular crowd pleaser songs, and
Yeah,
it's over.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. That is unfortunate though. That like the crowd pleasers is what they consider a good guitarist.
I think it'll always be that way. I think you
Mm.
can escape that.
Yeah, but for example, so is it the case for all of us that listening to music doesn't help to concentrate? Or no?
Concentrate. Oh,
Well, you know that, the chill beats to chilled lo-fi beats to what was it? Study and relax to with the girl.
Yeah, no. When I was at school and I needed to focus to write an essay, I was listening to Skrillex.
Yeah, see?
That's not a joke. I was.
I'm talking about
But
these situations too.
Yeah, I suppose, but that's mostly because it was 3 a.m. and I had to have an essay for 7 o'clock in the morning, and I had to stay awake. So Skrillex it was.
Felix it was.
Yeah, it would usually start with like very aggressive metal, and then eventually would transition onto like dubstep.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, because too much metal can be a thing.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
especially when you build off magnets.
Yep. Too much of a good thing is bad.
Is there such a thing as too much of a good thing? I ask myself that every
Yep.
day. It's a quote from a song.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, there's a band called Steam Powered Giraffe. They basically
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are steampunk. They are a steampunk band. they are really good. Like, honestly, really good, impressive musicians, especially on the vocal performance, because it's three of them and all of them sing, and it's really impressive what they do.
We
And
have three of us, and none of us sing.
yeah, and that is the opposite of impressive. This is even more impressive because one of them is trans. So she started as so they dress up as robots, right? And they have all face paint and all that because they're steampunk and all that. So she started as a male robot and was singing very male parts, male like written parts. But then as she transitioned herself, her robot transitioned as well, and now she's singing more of the female parts. It's what's impressive is that once you go through the transition period, your vocal cords go all sorts of messed up, but she kept her voice really, really strong, and she also kept all the low notes. So that's very impressive. It must have taken a lot of work to get used to the new sort of way she sings.
Yeah,
That's
because in a
impressive.
way, if during the transition stage they're taking either testosterone or estrogen, it's basically like a second puberty.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's call it male puberty is
Mhm.
hard to reverse, though. Like, you can't just.
Yeah. So, I know from another friend of mine who is now realizing they are trans. Vocal exercises to sound more feminine or sound more masculine are really difficult, and the fact that the member of the band that she went through the transition while also singing, while also going through the vocal exercises to sound more feminine and sing more feminine, it is just I know how much work had to be done to achieve what she achieved, and it's very, very impressive.
Tell you what, I used to, well, I don't know about watch, but at some point I encountered a YouTuber by the name of Steph Sanyati, and the first video I watched from them was about a condition they had called Wardenberg syndrome. And like at that point, they still had like a little bit of stubble and stuff, and their voice was still a little deep, but they were actively like working on getting a more feminine. Oh, jeez, I can't speak. A more feminine voice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see their content now, you couldn't even tell that they went through that. Like it's just fully a feminine voice. It's crazy.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it is very impressive when that happens.
hmm Oh, something I wanted to say about uh the concept of mashing up songs. There's a video called "What is Electro Swing?"
Oh my
and
god.
yeah, I really do enjoy electro swing.
It's all the same though.
But
But
electro
it's
swing.
jammy.
Anyway,
I like electro
it's
swing as well.
basically like jazz and other stuff. But yeah, mash up different songs together.
Did you just say jazz?
Jazz.
Jazz. It's like knowledge. It's becoming like knowledge. Except
Now
jazz.
Do you know the lick?
the what?
The lick?
What?
The lick. You're not
What lick?
you're not enlightened enough. If you listen to enough jazz, you will know the lick. It's the
The
biggest
jazz lick?
meme. Yep, it's the biggest meme in jazz. It's called the lick. And once you hear it, you cannot
Oh, it's
unhear it.
actually called the lick.
It's called the lick. Yeah. Um, even if you look it up, I don't think you would get it. You'd have to listen to a bunch of jazz or watch Adam Neely quite a lot.
No, I found it. I've heard it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is a thing, and you cannot
Oh
unhear
wow,
it.
I
And
have heard it a lot. Jesus.
and now you will hear every time you hear it in a song, you'll be like, "Oh, they quote in the lick."
Man. You just ruined the Zelda jazz cover for me.
Do you know why that lick is in there? Because it's a meme. They put it there on purpose.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. The lick.
There's a sequel, The Lick 2.
The lickening.
The Lick 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No man. There's only one lick, and it's an old meme. Like, you think the initial sort of birth of jazz, that's where it started.
That's crazy.
And like the big jazz musicians, some of them would get actually mad on stage if one of their musicians played the lick.
Oh, jeez.
Um,
Dang, I think I've heard this in the Monopoly Plus soundtrack.
What? So I'm pretty sure So there was a video of Miles Davis, which is like one of the founding fathers of jazz, kind of thing, getting mad at one of his musicians for quoting the lick. I can probably find it. Miles Davis gets mad at the lick. Yeah.
Found it. Oh, he really is mad.
No. The first video is it's a meme on its own. But yeah. Anyway.
Jeez.
Shadow 2168 shock. Shadow 2168 shock. Shadow 2168
lake.
shock.
Oh, it spreads.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's-
like
it's-
in
Dang
the meme?
It's like, yeah.
The Incredibles.
No, it's worse. It's worse
Oh.
than that. It sticks with you.
Oh.
It sticks with you. It's like once you know it, you will never unknow it.
Mhm.
It's
have
like
Acquired
transcends.
forbidden knowledge.
Yep, it transcends reality.
This is a cognito hazard. I can no longer enjoy music.
Now, just every time you hear the lake, you'll be like, "Oh, oh,
There it is.
it's the
That's the
meme."
thing.
Yeah.
I did 4 emotes today. I feel like I can die in
Shadow,
peace.
congratulations on doing 4 emotes today.
Thank you, Max. I wanted
They're
to
all-
save this discussions for the end of this podcast, not to interrupt, and so I typed it in my chat, but thank you, Max.
Is it the end? My only friend, the end
But in the end,
of all elaborate plans, the end. If you didn't get it, it's a quote from a song.
does it even
Shadow
matter?
2168 thinks Shadow 2168
In the end,
DVD, Shadow
it doesn't even
2168
matter.
laugh, Shadow 2168
Oh,
shock.
oh my god. Right here. It is a farewell. I'm gonna finish off. Oh, hang on a minute.
Aren't
Are
we
we
picking a rate target?
Yeah, because we started doing that. Haha.
Yes,
Aha!
we did.
Haha. Now we
Mhm.
can rate someone. Haha. And that someone's gonna be.
Ooh.
Haha. We have Harvey playing Kirby. We have Solomon playing Lobotomy Corporation.
Wow.
That's an appropriate response, I think. Wow. We've got this dude Chateau Place.
Yeah, we do have that, dude.
The biggest depth of voice one can achieve.
You know what's funny? I'm probably gonna like restart stream and then start doing a thing that I've wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah, because I won't be having much time to stream soon. I want to squeeze out as much time as possible.
So do we just literally raid you?
As soon as I restart stream, sure. If you
Do
want.
it right now.
Yes, go.
Ending screen though.
Go. Run.
Okay, bye everybody. Be right back. Give me 5 secs.
Okay.
Give me 5 secs.
I didn't even.
What?
Okay, that's enough. Let me restart.
I didn't even catch on to that. Oh my god.
Jesus, okay.
Oh my.
What
Oh
happened?
wow. He says, "Give me 5 secs."
Yes.
You're too innocent.
Rip to innocent.
Innocence have been achieved.
Uh-huh.
Innocence has not been
Perhaps
broken.
I'm hearing it, but okay.
I'm not gonna explain the joke. It wasn't a joke. It was just a thing. It was you, Chateau. Your dirty mind.
I mean, okay. Yeah, it was me.
He was. I didn't catch on to it at all.
I almost didn't catch on to it. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute.
Wait a minute. Is that funny word?
I
It's
can't
the
hear the funny
funny.
word, okay?
Did
I
you
just
not hear
wanna
the funny
sleep.
word?
Anyway, by the way, since
yeah.
I guess I did fill all my emote slots,
Yeah.
I can do some free drawings for people. You want some
Hog.
art?
Art. Can it be music though?
I can
Can
do
the
music.
art you provide us be music?
I can only play the noob version of Green
The noob
Sleeves.
version.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Green Sleeves
There's a
is
new version?
the noob version.
What about
Got updated?
Dorima?
I don't know.
Dorima.
Mommy Drake, how are you?
And
Hi,
then there
Jelly.
was silence.
Love,
Oh my
love,
god.
jelly
I mean,
underscore
that's
Then there was
cringy.
silence.
This
I'm
is daily reminder that you are wonderful and
listen. I
appreciated.
need to
Love,
commit
love,
a
love.
Sudoku because I'm too cringe.
Jelly, thank you for the wow.
Kermit a
And sadly,
Sudoku.
we're a bit ending.
I'm gonna
Jelly
commit to
underscore love,
Sudoku.
played
Yeah.
while.
No, you Kermit the Sudoku.
I'm gonna permit a Sudoku.
No, Kermit it.
Oh
The
my-
frog. Kermit.
Everything's going well.
Kermit
I-
the Sudoku. Oh my god. No.
Wow, Sudoku,
what?
nice.
I am
Why not?
personally tired a bit.
Listen, you're about to get
Kermit.
raided. All right. You're about to get raided. Are you ready for this?
Ready? No, but yes.
Okay. That is an answer.
I pressed a button. I have a 10-second thing. This is your last daily reminder that
not
you're
press the
beautiful
button.
and appreciated.
Can I rate myself?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Jelly. You Kermit the Sudoku as well.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Shadow 2168.
Quick, Shadow, quick.
DED Shadow
Okay.
2168.
Quick.
Shadow 2168. Shock new emote.
Quick!
Quick! I haven't even done it, Shadow. What are you doing?
I don't care. Early one.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Preemptive shout out.
Like, even if you raid, we're still gonna be in the same voice call. So
I mean, if y'all want to stay in the voice call,
no,
I'm down.
I mean, I'm tired, but
no.
I
The answer is
can.
Yes,
no.
go
I need to get
sleep,
ready
go
for
sleep.
tomorrow.
So I am
Sleep is
ready to
good.
raid.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
So
Well-
you do 3, I do 2, you do 1, I do go.
Ending.
And then we go.
Okay, 3.
2.
Thanks everyone. Hope in here today. Your support means a lot to Shadow.
Shut
and
up,
they're
you
looking
had
forward to
one
spending
job.
some more wholesome time with all of you.
No,
Have a nice
Shadow
day,
is
slash
out
night,
of here.
wherever
He's
you are
not
in the
raiding.
world.
Oh.
Love.
Okay.
Oh, God.
3.
Quick. 2.
1.
Shadow
Raid.
Bravo underscore Drake at Bunkto TeatimeWithMaks Jelly underscore loaf.